G'day, everybody. I was just having a chat with someone about girls always wishing for ponies and stuff like that when they're young. So, a pony's on the top 10 list of top points on the game show, right? What does girls always want when they're young? A pony! Yeah, babies, hey! Now, parents know it's bad enough to pay for the pony. So they're like, oh, you want a pony? Oh, I get it. Then the pony needs a little land spot, a block. It's about as big as a house is on, usually. Oh, sorry, I was just finishing tea. Actually, I'm still eating it. And just at the end. And we're just chatting. So I thought I'll chuck up and do this, like I said I'll do. Things I talk about. I'll put it up because it could be interesting. But if I had a kid and they asked for a pony, this is what I would say. It's a better way to put it. They go, Daddy, I want a pony. I'll go, oh, shit, it's bad enough for the cost of a pony. You're going to need a block. So I guess if I'm going to try, this is what I'm going to say to you. Okay, darling? And here I go. Well, I guess I could do that if we wait for a few birthdays. Because we'll say I'm an average man with an average job, everyone. Because that's going to be costly. I'm looking at probably $1,000 at least or so, $2,000, all depends on the horse and where you get it from. To get the horse, the pony. And then I'm going to either need to hire some land or have it at a stable. So I'll have to check out the cost of that. It's probably not going to be cheap. Or I'm going to have to buy a block out of town, which also wouldn't be cheap. That's very expensive. That's like 10 times the cost of the horse. You're probably looking at $30,000 or $10,000 if you're lucky, something like that. And then anyway, once you've done that, that's buying your daughter the horse and land so you can have it there. That's what you could say. Oh, so that's just me buying it for you, darling. So that's a big gift in that as it is. And here comes some more. Now you need to look after this horse. And horses is a big animal and they eat a lot. Good thing their food's not as dear as humans and a lot of other animals. But they do eat a lot and they're costly. Could be a few $100 a week or less. It all depends. Right? Definitely when you need to save for vet bills, so you want to pay for insurance and other things like that, I'll have to say to her. And then that might get her thinking about, oh, it's all cool to have a pony, but oh, here comes some more stuff. If I'm rich people wouldn't say this to their daughter, but this would be people, at work. A lot of daughters would say this. And poor people just go, you're dreaming, darling. But someone wants to try, you could do it if you're a working person with a decent job. And so what you do is you could either buy the horse. So you go, look, I'll buy the horse. And because that sounds like it's doable. I'm not too out there and too much spending on my daughter. Because if I spend it on you, I might have other kids too I've got to spend on, darling. Right? If you only got one, then you can usually spoil them. And we all know how that goes when it comes to numbers. The more you get, the more harder it gets to financially pay for things. And usually, if you've got to ride a pony, you want to be at least, 10 and be listening and know what's wrong and right and how to do things right? To ride a pony, to be safely on one. And so I'll be saying to my daughter, what I could do is I could give you some chores, but then I'm paying for things in the end. But I don't mind that because I'll be teaching you at the same time and you'll have some chores anyway. Or I can send you to your pops or your cousins or a friend of yours or somewhere we could find, and you can earn a little bit of what I used to like to call kids cash in hand, kitty cash in hand jobs, and do a little bit of work until you're old enough where you can pay tax and get a job and earn some money so you can pay for cooler things like your saddle, because you're going to need a saddle, darling. And you're going to need some other little things as well, and pay for some shoes, horseshoes, and things like that. And so if you work for a little while, get some money out. I'll pay for the horse. How's that for a deal? Might even give you a free year at the stable. I'll pay for that for you, darling. But make sure you've got some savings up to prove to me. And keep on working too. And I'll be happy to get you this pony. What do you reckon? Doable? Is that a good conversation, people, to talk to your daughter about when it comes to a pony? Or is it you can just try to shut them up and feel good and go, yeah, I'll get you a pony, which a lot of parents do, and then later on the pony never turns up and the daughter's upset in the future and says, oh, I wanted a pony, and they say, I'm going to get a pony, never got a pony. All right? Or just say to them, yeah, you're dreaming, darling. Or what I just said. What do you reckon, people? What would you do? Let me know in comments. Bye-bye. See ya.